When it comes to Diddy and his dealer escapades, I always thought that situation was one big distraction. Now, make no mistake about it, he does indeed have real victims, like Jeffrey, a certain Jeffrey. He does have real victims, but just like Jeffrey, the only person that's going to get in trouble, or seemingly in trouble anyway, because we know he's probably going to be let loose off into an island somewhere, and they're going to say that he, ended himself. But the only person whose name is going to be smudged in this whole thing is Diddy and perhaps a couple others. These big players that are involved in these situations, like with these high rollers, these A-listers, these CEOs, these politicians, and so forth, that are involved in both cases, Diddy and Jeffrey, we're not going to really hear any names come out. But why am I talking about Diddy? Now, I don't know if this next story has any connections with Diddy, but this is rather strange. This is rather odd timing, because there was apparently a wildfire that had broken out in Ventura County, California. Now, on the surface of it all, you really hate to see a wildfire break out affecting people's lives, their homes, the wildlife, the animals, and so forth. You really hate to see it. But there's something about this story that does not look right to me. It does not add up. Now, before I do get into why this does not look right to me, we're going to go ahead and read what's going on in Southern California. News has come out, and I'm reading this article from USA Today, which was published today, November 7th. The title of this article happens to be Southern California Wildfire Moving Dangerously Fast as Flames Destroy Homes. This article continues to say, fire crews on Thursday were battling a wildfire that sprang up in Southern California, stoked by strong winds, destroying multiple homes and forcing over 10,000 people to flee. The fast-moving mountain fire, which started in Ventura County, northwest of Los Angeles, on Wednesday morning, has burned more than 14,000 acres and was 0% contained as of Thursday morning, according to the state wildfire fighting agency, CAL FIRE. Now, by the time I was recording this, the number was 14,000, but I guess they updated the article to now say 20,000. Now, like I said, this is absolutely horrible that these people are dealing with this wildfire. Again, destroying their homes, destroying their property. Some people even had to be hospitalized. And also, animals are affected in these stories as well. So it's a very horrible thing. But I want you to go ahead and take a look at this video footage that was captured before this massive wildfire had broken out.
Houses on fire. These are big houses.
And of course, look
at
these
that.
are homes that people live in, and hopefully everybody got out.
They are
and not just
huge
the people,
homes.
But the pets. Better move along.
It's gotta be celebrity homes.
Change and make these shots easier for us to do, because for a while there, the winds, this is what actually brought the fire into this neighborhood. We're kind of
Makes you
moving from the
wonder.
south, that's from the west to the
Look at
south,
that.
and that's what brought the flames.
Look how big
But
these
now the
houses
winds are
are.
actually changing up once again, and now we can actually
Look at that,
see that
y'all.
devastation, which is
Kinda weird.
You got county
It's
1,
in
2,
Ventura
3,
County,
4
California.
homes here on this cul-de-sac, 5 on the other side, and all gone. So
What do y'all
all those
think?
neighbors, they probably all know each
It's
other.
wild.
Now they're coming back to.
They say there's more than
homes.
20 homes
It is
like that.
devastating to see. And again, what can
Burning
they do
to the
fight it?
ground.
Like I heard him say, I think it was
Houses on fire.
Did you see that? Only the homes were on fire. None of the ground, none of the land, none of the trees, none of the shrubbery, none of the surrounding areas were on fire, but only the homes were on fire. And the story was initially reported that the homes were on fire. One would think that if we see a wildfire breaking out, a massive wildfire breaking out, we would see devastation to the trees, to the land, to the grass, just like what we saw with Hawaii. But here, interestingly enough, the only thing they show us in the beginning is that the homes are on fire. And this is what I'm guessing started the massive wildfire that's currently now affecting the area, currently affecting the acres of land. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the video footage again. Maybe I'm wrong, but where is the fires that led to the homes? Because you would think we would see a trail of fire leading to the homes and destroying these homes, but it looks like the fires started in the homes. Let's go ahead and try to run that back, and I'll try to zoom in more.
These are big houses.
Fire, and of course, knowing
Look
that
at
these are
that.
homes that people live in, and hopefully everybody got out.
They are
and not just
huge
the people,
homes.
but the pets. Better move along.
It's
The
gotta
winds
be
actually
celebrity
have
homes.
changed and make these shots easier for us to do, because for a while there, the winds, this is what actually brought the fire into this neighborhood. We're kind of
Makes you
moving from the
wonder.
south, that's from the west to the
Look at
south,
that.
and that's what brought the flames.
how
in.
big
But
these
now the winds
houses
are
are.
actually changing up once again, and now we can actually
Look at that,
see that
y'all.
devastation, which is
Kinda
sad.
weird.
Look at that. You got county
It's
1,
in
2,
Ventura
3,
County,
4
California.
homes here on this cul-de-sac, 5 on the other side, and all gone. So this,
What do
all
y'all
those
think?
neighbors, they probably all know each
Wow.
other. Now they're coming back to.
They say there's more than 20 homes
It is
like that.
devastating to see. And again, what can
Burning
they do
to the
fight it?
ground.
Like I heard him say, I think it was.
So to me, it looks more like a organized fire to burn down these homes as opposed to a wildfire. Someone also made an interesting comment on Twitter viewing this video, and they said that these homes could have some kind of connected tunnel system that they might be trying to burn down as well and burn down any evidence. So like you heard the lady say in the video that these are pretty big homes. These could be celebrity homes. So I did go ahead and take a look into Ventura County, California, and come to find out a lot of celebrities actually live in Ventura County, California. So if you were to look up a list of celebrities who lived, or were spotted in Ventura County, California, it will give you a list of either A-listers or, celebrities you may not have heard of before, but one name really stands out, and that name is Sean Combs, P. Diddy. Now, we can't say that just because P. Diddy is seen in a certain location, the entire area is criminal of some kind of activity. We can't say that because I'm sure Diddy has been in most places across the world. But it's still rather interesting that we see just the homes on fire in this location. Again, everything else surrounding these homes has not been touched by any wildfire, quote unquote wildfire, but the homes themselves have been burned down. Very interesting timing too with the whole election. I just wonder, with Kamala losing or Trump winning, do these celebrities believe that Trump will expose them? Or do they believe that since Kamala lost and they shown their support at last minute, that Kamala may release some tapes? Because there's a theory that a lot of these celebrities gave very odd endorsements at the last minute when they said they did not want to get politically involved, like Usher.
The country. What do you say to that?
You know what? I don't get too deep into politics. I didn't get a chance to watch the debate last night. I obviously have been watching like everybody else. I think voting is an individual choice. And I think that you're right. You have to look at the reality of the country that we are and the country that we want to be, and find the candidate that you feel both are who fits the category of where we want to be. And that's it. And that's what you vote based off of, who you highlight and how you choose to highlight it on whatever platform you have is your prerogative.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, like I said, at very last minute, he came out to support Kamala. And so did a lot of these other celebrities come out in last minute. So were they threatened with any tapes being released? Now, I don't know, people. I do not know. It's just that video footage is so odd. But moving on to another rather strange story, did you hear that monkeys had escaped? That is right, that happened. 43 monkeys escaped from South Carolina research facility. Police warned residents to secure doors and windows. So 43 monkeys, if not more, were in a research facility, and who knows what they were really researching or perhaps put in these monkeys, but apparently they escaped. Reading this article from CBS News, which was published on November 7th, this article says, authorities in South Carolina on Thursday warned residents to lock their doors and windows after more than 40 monkeys escaped from a research facility. The primates broke loose from a Alpha Genesis facility in Beaufort County, and traps have been set up and thermal imaging cameras are being used in an effort to locate the fugitive monkeys. What is rather interesting is that this is nothing new. Research monkeys every so often are let loose, or what we're told anyway, they break free and run away. But this happens every so often. This happened in 2016 where a bunch of monkeys had broken out of a research facility and were scattered all over the place. And then last year in Pennsylvania, dozens of lab monkeys escaped after a truck carrying 100 of the animals crashed. Now, all the primates were later accounted for, but again, who knows what they had spread in the meantime? Like, think about it for a second. Have you ever heard a bunch of dogs, cats, bunnies, whatever type of animals, birds, are kept in captivity? Have you ever heard of them just breaking loose? But it always seems to be monkeys that are held in research facilities. And you would think these research facilities would be really locked down. You never hear a story where a bunch of Shiba Inus broken out of a shelter and they're now roaming and I'm able to go get a couple. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because I lost my Shiba Inu a couple years ago and I really still haven't gotten over it. But that's neither here or there. But like I said, it's always something that's being researched in a lab, and you would think these labs are more secure, but I guess not. Now, according to its website, Alpha Genesis breeds monkeys and provides non-human primate products and bioresearch services across the globe. The company's clinical trials reportedly include research on progressive brain disorders. That's nice. That's really nice to read because I have a big fear of neurological disorders like prion diseases. And a lot of these monkeys, a lot of these lab animals are tested with prion diseases. Let me go ahead and just clarify about a fear of neurological diseases. When I say that, I'm talking about neurological diseases like Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, which is horrible. It's one of the worst diseases a person can possibly have. And unfortunately, a lot of these animals, like monkeys, are injected with these prion diseases like Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Now, I don't know, there's really no study to say whether or not spread by just contact. I think you have to eat something. You have to eat the monkey or something like that. I don't know how it goes, but there's really no definitive answer as to how Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease can spread to one person to the next, or an animal to a person, and so forth. There are indeed other prion diseases, but Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, the only reason why I'm talking about is because it's an absolute nightmare. The facility and the authorities want to reassure the public by saying the primates that escaped were very young females weighing approximately 6 to 7 pounds and had never been used for testing due to their age. But who really knows, right? Who really knows what these monkeys may carry that these labs were testing? You know, I made a video earlier today where I said that it's a little too quiet in the United States. It's a little too calm, like there's a calm before the storm. But really, in reality, there's really something going on almost every day. We always have predictive programming too when it comes to monkeys breaking out of a lab in movies and TV shows. For example, the movie 12 Monkeys, and also the movies 28 Days Later and 28 Months Later, which I do believe started with a monkey or monkeys breaking out of a lab. So how did these monkeys escape? What happened? Well, CBS News says that a caretaker accidentally failed to secure a door at an enclosure, allowing the monkeys to roam free. It's really like follow the leader. You see one go and the others go. It was a group about 50 and 7 stayed behind and 43 bolted out the door. But like I said, right? Like I said, why don't we ever hear these stories about other animals in other facilities or other enclosures, other shelters? Like I said in the beginning, something like this has happened once before in the same exact facility. The Post and the Courier reported that monkeys have escaped from Alpha Genesis before 8 years ago. 19 primates escaped from the company's facility, but were recaptured about 6 hours later. But at the end of the day, I just hope that these monkeys will be found safe, and I just hope that Alpha Genesis and the authorities are not lying, and that these monkeys really don't have anything, and they're possibly spreading something. Let's just hope that we can take Alpha Genesis' word for this. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.